Game week finally here. A long time coming. Practice has been going on since the beginning of the month. Where's your team at now, heading into now Charlotte week?
We got ahead a little bit last week with Charlotte, but it does. I mean, you come back in Monday morning. We gave the guys off yesterday, and so it does feel like now a short Charlotte week. It's been a good off season. Going all the way back to January with a month of practice in December. It made everything come sooner. Class came soon in January, but then spring ball came quick, summer came quick, and we feel pretty good about how we navigated a really long camp. Tried to break it up in several different ways. August 1st seems like a really long time ago, but at the same time, camp went by quickly. We're definitely, where we want to be right now in terms of getting, these last practices in, getting ready for a Friday night.
How do you try to keep it a slow build so it's not that you're burning out quickly in a preseason? How do you try to keep things fresh?
There's a balance that I think about all the time, and that is the value of routine, and then the value of mixing it up. Both things are important, and you want to be able to get in a routine. That's usually the most efficient way for everybody to know what's happening and to get log good practice and meeting time and whatnot. But you throw in an evening practice and turn the lights on, and all of a sudden there's a little bit more juice. Even if you go into the bubble for a practice, or you change going from morning practices to the afternoon. And so I think that's a balance. But I think we also knew, that we had a long camp, and that we were going to take it day by day and try to go 1-0, and really believe that our guys, for the most part, did that.
When we sat here almost 1 year ago, there were a lot of people that didn't know, that had some questions. They didn't know your wide receivers. They didn't know your running backs, that kind of stuff. Now, a lot of that was simple fact. There were junior college guys that were coming in, and you just didn't know a lot about them. This year, there's more certainty about your team. Does that help the cohesiveness of returning 16 starters between offense and defense?
You would hope so. There's no doubt that we have some valuable experience, really across the board, both sides of the ball and with our special teams units. But nothing's a given. Guys coming back doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to have the strength of will that our seniors did last year to, get us through, whatever it was that was preventing us from getting, to be competitive in football games. But we feel really good about our team and where we're at. I really believe that our guys are hungry. I think they have been from late January on. I think it's been a, combination of a taste of some success and what that could be like, and we want more of that. And then it's also the realization that we failed our goal. Even though it didn't feel like it, to most people, the reality of it is that we failed our goal. And so, I do think that our guys are hungry.
You look at the guy next to you, and was solid after he came in last year, put up some very impressive numbers. What's the biggest change that you've noticed out of Brogan this year?
Yeah, I think it was more than solid. I mean, the way the thing that people don't know, realize, or talk about is how he handled himself when he wasn't playing at the beginning of last season, right? Talk about the yardage and the touchdowns and the job that he did when he came, which is, I'd love to talk about that too, because that's phenomenal. But who was he, for those games that he wasn't playing? And he and I have had numerous conversations, and he articulates it pretty well that he really challenged himself to handle that well and to make himself handle that situation well, and I think he did. And so I think when he came back, and it wasn't even full time at first, it was coming in the Wyoming game, which he didn't start, and the Bowling Green game, which he didn't start, and came in and absolutely helped us win those games, and really breathed life into us. And then went on to have, a very impressive rest of the season. And He's always been talented. I think he's known that. We've all known that. He's gotten better. I mean, I remember your accuracy, I think your freshman year was, it was like less than 50%. And, his accuracy, so even with his talent, has improved so much. And, but he's grown up, I mean, he's a fifth-year senior. He was that really talented, highly touted freshman that played as a freshman. And, a lot of his friends were upperclassmen. And so it was, for a long time, it was almost anything that you do as a young guy, it's just a benefit. There's less sort of expectation. You're not held to as high of a standard. And again, we've had some great talks, and when a lot of his really good friends even graduated, this last year, there's that realization that I'm that guy now for this whole program. I'm the fifth-year senior. I'm the guy, bringing other people along. I'm the guy that people are looking to. I'm the guy that needs to be poised when the situation calls for it. I'm the guy that they're going to look at when, how are we going to respond to this situation? And honestly, I think that he's done a really good job, of handling those situations. He's fiery. I mean, right? I mean, just by nature, he's incredibly competitive and emotional, and that's a really good thing. But at quarterback, I mean, oftentimes, that's got to be. It's not held in check, right? It's just expressed in a different way. It's got to come out in a different way, and he's doing that, and I'm super proud of the job he's doing.
You got a lot of guys that are back and they know their roles. Does it help now? You have 18 seniors, still got a large junior class behind them. Upperclassmen leadership seems to be a trend that continues in this program now in year 4.
Yeah, so when you talk about it that way, last year's group, I really think did an unbelievable job, of leading. And again, I think it was their combined will, of just saying that we are going to do this. That was so powerful for our football team. And so, yeah, now we have another group, a large group of seniors and guys with a lot of experience, and they've taken the bull by the horns as well. And here we are. I mean, feels that we've been together, as a senior leadership group and whatnot, all the way since early January, is when we got together for the first time. And so season's about to start, but they feel like a seasoned group of leaders, and excited about them taking us, this season.
Friday night, you get to take on a team in Charlotte, one that last year you went down to their place. Defense certainly helped with the turnover side of things. That widened the score differential. But a Charlotte team that was 4-8 overall, but played very competitive in Conference USA. What have you seen out of them so far?
Yeah, well, this is their first game as well. But, they continued to get better throughout last season. Lost some really tight games late, won 4 games. And the reality of it is that they're a good football team, and we're a good football team. I mean, neither of us have proven that we're anything more than that. And so, if we'd lost the turnover takeaway ratio to 3-1, last year, then I think it would have been a different story. This is a great first game, in my opinion, for both teams, because whoever plays better on Friday night will win. This is going to be a great test, again, in my opinion, for both programs, because we're not very dissimilar.
You look at also Friday night, student orientation should be a large contingent of first-year students here, along with people in the community excited. What are you looking forward to most running out of that tunnel on Friday night?
Yeah, it's just been a long wait. I mean, I'm looking forward to to starting the process of proving that we're for real. I really am. It's a great challenge, for folks to say, flash in the pan and lucky deal or whatever. And maybe it is, until we can prove differently. And so, I think that we've woken up every morning for a number of months now, knowing that we want to prove that that we're competitive.
Brogan, you look at this game on Friday. It'll be the first time since you were a senior in high school that you get to start the season opener. I know it's been a series of events to get you to this point, but have you thought about the time it's been since you started season opener?
Yeah, kind of. I said this to Coach Creighton. I'm the old man, which he kind of hit on. I'm the old man now in the room on the team. 23 tomorrow, so it's been a long time since I was that 18-year-old kid, like you said. To come out and start the first game, but mentally, every year I'm prepared to start the first game. Nothing's really different. Like Coach Creighton said, last year was tough. I didn't get to go out and play the first few, but I owed it to my team, to be ready. So whenever that chance came, I was, waiting for my time, and I would be ready at that moment. So mentally, nothing's different. Obviously, now I finally get to do it, and this will be, probably my first full season, here, and I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. Nothing better, as a senior with a group of guys, that are around, me every single day, and the staff. I'm very lucky to go out with game one.
One of the things I've noticed from you, having known you since you were that freshman that led the drive against Western to win it, to now, you've really kind of changed and now helping empower the guys around you a little bit more. How has that development been to mentor guys like Isaac Siebling or Mike Glass behind you now?
It's been a long ride, so I picked up things from, younger on, and, the tough times, the great times. I've learned something from each step that I've been through, and I've learned from so many great people that have been through this, this program in my room, outside of my room. So I kind of just, learned to put that all together so I can help the guys in my room so they can succeed, when I'm no longer here, or when they need to step up and help me out if anything's going on. I would love to hear their opinion on things and how they're seeing things. So, just learning through the last 4 to 5 years from so many different situations have helped me in this situation as well, and just to, help others grow and be that leader and take other guys under my wing.
Last year, the offensive line kept you clean quite often, and this year you only have Jimmy coming back. You also got K-John, but how did you build a rapport with that line now?
A lot of extra work, and that's working with those guys is unbelievable. I have a blast doing it because they come in every day wanting to be better. They want to be great. So, I don't even have to go out of my way half the time to be like, hey, let's go get some extra work. They're finding me. They want to get better. So, how can you not appreciate a group, that's going to go, all the way to the wall for you? So, really the transition's been good. Obviously the guys last year did a great job, and I'm really, looking forward for the offensive line and the challenge, and seeing if they can meet it and I think they can. So, like I said, but they're hard workers, and, I'm looking forward to it.
Getting a guy like Shaq in the backfield back helps, but you've got 3-4 other guys that are just as capable. Does that also help breed some confidence, knowing that you don't have to pass it every time? You've got guys that can run the football?
Absolutely. We missed Shaq, but we had a lot of guys who stepped up last year, and that formed the depth that we have at the running back position. In my opinion, I think in a lot of people's opinion, Coach Creighton says all the time, we're loaded in the running back situation, which is a great thing. Those are our horses. Those are our guys, that are one of the best athletes on the team. We talk about it all the time, not even just the run game and the passing game. They're so athletic and so great in so many ways and so skilled that, it's a weapon to have those guys. Shaq's going to, come back off a year, with a lot of attitude and a chip on his shoulder, which he should, and I'm excited to see him play. But other players like Blake Banham have had a great camp and just bring something different to the table for us. Along with Ian, such a downhill runner, and Brack, when he turns that corner, it's a problem. With so many guys that can do so many different things, and like you said, the run game opens up the pass game opens up the run game, and if we can be in a great balance like that, we should be a successful group up front and, even on the offensive side.
Is this the most tools you've had in your time here?
By far. And I think that goes towards the coaching staff and the recruiting, the guys they brought in, and develop them at the same time. But it definitely is. It is, and that's an awesome feeling, So there's no excuses, you know, in our end. Just go out there and do what we love to do, make plays, and like I said, such a great group around it. It makes it that much more fun to be out there and, you know, make these plays, and they make my job 100 times easier.
We know the next level is certainly the ultimate goal, but what do you want to be when it's all said and done? What is Brogan Roback, the real guy that is going to have to go to work one day, what he's going to be?
All right. I think the biggest thing is, you know, being the leader and being the guy, you know, that I always could have been. Maybe I wasn't early on, but eventually I got to that point where it was, wow, I mean, this guy was for real. This guy really could lead a team. This guy was there for me. This guy outside of football took care of me. All those situations, I just want to be, you know, one of the greatest men, you know, they have all been around. You know, and that's one of the things I had to learn, you know, and that's fine. And it happens like that. And but that's ultimately what I want to do. And I also obviously want to be, you know, the most successful quarterback, you know, to play here and to help this program out and give everything, you know, that this university has given me. I want to pour my heart back into it as well. So just be successful, which means we have to go back to a bowl game and win, you know, not just getting there. So we have to do a lot of things to get to that point, but that's the ultimate goal, and just being successful at the end of the day.